Hello everyone, my name is Hal. This is Quail Studios Guitar. Let's see. Boy, I don't like the way that camera looks. I think I need to move it up just a little bit. Let's see who's here. We've got Dean, and we've got Bob, and we've got Dean, and we've got Bob. So, don't see anybody else here. If you're here, go ahead and give us a shout out. Tell us where you're from. All right, I'm going to move my camera just for a sec. See if this works. Is that better? Well, yeah, a little bit better. Let's see if this works. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about bar chords today, simplifying bar chords, and we're going to talk about a daily practice routine that I've been working on. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing? All right, yesterday, okay. I'll tell you, going live is just nerve-wracking. I spilled a glass of water about 4 minutes ago before I went live, and so I had to clean that up. Everything is really interesting today. All right. So I was talking to my daughter, and she has a student who is a vocal student. My daughter's name is Serene. She has Serene Vocal Studio here at YouTube. She does have a channel, and lately she's just been putting recordings of her vocal students on here. And one of her students is playing guitar and singing. And so they sent me a video, and I watched it, and I noticed that the lady that was playing needed a little bit more work on her bar chords. Now, this is not just her, but a lot of us have a little trouble with bar chords. There's a song that I've been playing lately called "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and I might play it at a Christmas, get together or something like that. Well, I'm using my classical guitar today, and for this particular song, I'm going to put a capo on, but just for a second, it goes something like this. I put it into the key of G. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. So tell me if that balance, if there's enough guitar in there. I'll turn it up if it's not enough. So I'm going to put the capo on the 2nd fret, because it's really low for me. Have yourself, that's a little better. Now I'm a tenor, so my voice is a little higher. When I was younger, when I was in my teenage years, my voice was lower. And when you get older, you have to understand that as you mature, that your voice doesn't finish maturing until you're probably 30, something like that. I actually found another 6 to 8 notes on top of my voice, and I lost some of my bottom notes as I approached 30 years old. And so my voice raised. Let's see, Dwayne says here, we got Bob. The guitar is a teeny bit low, Bob says, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Let's try that again. I'm gonna play Bob. You tell me what the balance sounds like. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. How's that? Okay. All right. So let's say, okay, Bob says it's good. All right. Thank you, Bob. Bob is helping me out today. Thank you very much. Anybody does anything bad, he's going to kick you out. Okay. So this is a great song. I could raise it up a little bit higher. I'm going to go ahead and leave it on the capo on the 2nd fret. So this chord right here, which looks like a G chord, is actually an A chord. Have yourself. So that's what happens when we put a capo on. That note is an A, 5th fret on the E string. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Now, the beginning of this song and the end of this song is really great. I love using this key because all of the chords that I'm playing are open position chords until we get to the bridge, the part that goes, here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends, let's see, this is a chord right here, who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. You'll notice I had to stop there for a second. That's because that second chord that I was playing in the next line, this one right here, right? That's a difficult chord for me to go from this particular chord, which is a C sharp diminished seventh, to the F sharp 7 with a C sharp bass. That one right there. Well, I'm calling that because of the capo. It looks that way on my guitar. Let's see if we have any comments or any questions. Phil says hi. Hi, Phil. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Dwayne, it's good to see you. All right, Dwayne and Phil. Oh, your favorite Christmas song ever. Well, cool. That's good, Dwayne. I love this Christmas song. It's wonderful. So this middle part, now, Dwayne, if you want to get the lead sheet to this, email me at lessonswithhal@gmail.com and I will send it to you. Here it is. I don't know if I actually have this in my book, but I can put it in my book. I don't have a lot of Christmas songs in there. I think I might have a couple. I have chestnuts roasting on an open fire, just right over there on my stand. That's a really good one too. I love that one. So anyway, what we're talking about here is bar chords. These are bar chords, right? And so these bar chords that happen here, I don't play this song every day, every week, every month of the year. And so these chords become a little bit, well, I forget exactly how it feels, right? Going from this C sharp diminished seventh to this F sharp 7 with a C sharp bass. Now the B minor is no big deal for me. And the B minor with the B flat bass is fine. The D with an A bass is fine. That's an open position chord. Now the first one too, the C sharp 7, C sharp diminished 7 that I did. Here we are. Let's see, how's it go? Here we are as in olden days. I have to remember what note we start on. Here we are as in olden. Here we are. I played this chord. It's a C minor. And I was playing C minor and singing a B. Here we are. Here we are. And it clashes right there. If you want to play that chord with the B in it, so it goes, here we are as in olden days, happy golden days. You want to do it that way. This chord is more difficult for me to get to with that B in it. It's a C minor, let's see, major 7. It's got a major 7 in it. That's the one. It's actually a D minor major 7. But I was playing just the C minor bar chord because it's easier for me to hit, and I can hold that. Here we are as in olden days, and it works okay for me. Now, let's suppose that you were playing this and you're like, wow, I can't play all these chords right away, and I need to play it for Christmas Eve. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Right? Did you see what I just did? I just simplified everything. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Now, I just played the bass notes instead of playing the bar chords. Here we are as in olden days, right? You could do that. Another thing you could do is you could play the, let's see, let's try perfect fifths. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Right? You could do that. So that's another thing that is possible. See, I have those perfect fifths right there. Now this one, I shouldn't do a perfect fifth there. I should do a diminished fifth. Let's see what it sounds like with a diminished fifth. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Okay, so what I was doing is I was taking the first two notes of a chord. This one's really easy for me. I guess I could just play. I could just play those two notes, the first bottom two notes of the chord. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Hey, thumbs up everybody, thank you very much. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't know that one by heart. I do have it on my website, quail-studios.com. I think it's in the piano section. I think. I don't remember. Let's see. Okay, there's no really important comments coming on. I love it when you guys comment and you say things. Let's see, I've got some notes here. And I really mean it. You know, when you chat amongst yourselves and everything, that's really fun. I love it. And I love to know where you're watching from, put it in there. I'm from South Africa, or I'm from, right next door. Hal, don't you know I'm right next door where you are? What country you're in, what state you're in, if you're in the U.S., what state you're in if you're in the U.K., Yorkshire or whoever, whatever county. Okay, back to this. So what I'm saying is that if you can't play the bar chords completely, the way they're written, right? Then simplify them. You can just do like that. Now what I just did there was I played every other bar chord. Here we are as in olden days, happy olden days of yore. Right, like that. That's very acceptable. So I played the C sharp diminished. That's really not a bar chord because I'm using all my fingers. And then the C minor, B minor 7, B flat diminished. Right? Anyway, I do that whenever I have trouble getting to a chord really quickly and I have to do a performance tomorrow or next week and it's just I don't have enough time to really work on it and get that. Now if I want to really get these two chords, this is let me tell you again, this is C sharp diminished 7th to this C minor with a major 7 in it. Now if I want to, I'm thinking about this, right? That's why I stopped talking. Now I notice now that these two notes right here, these two fingers, my first finger on the A string 4th fret, my second finger on the G string 4th fret, they're actually common fingers. So what I would do is play these two chords over and over, like this, and get used to them. I could roll it. Could do it like this. I'm doing my finger picking. You could do it with a pick. Let's see. I just go back and forth, back and forth. Fill in main. I know Bob's in Ohio, and I know I forget where you are, Dwayne. I know Dean is in southern Utah in Hurricane. Looks like hurricane, but you don't say that if you're local, right? Anybody else out there? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to just do practice to get those in our muscle memory. I'm getting it. And when I say that, I mean, you'll notice I've been doing this for a while. And I don't think about, should I do it for 10 minutes? Should I do it for 5 minutes? I do it until I get it. Southern Indiana. Fantastic, Dwayne. Very good. Okay, so that's what I do. So simplification can be playing just one note. If it was a bar chord, just playing the bass note. Bass note's really, really important. If you want to get more than that, but you can't do the full bar chord, then see if you can play the first two notes, the low notes. Right? Something like that. That's good. Sometimes even if you play three notes, right, and that diminished chord, definitely. Any three notes of those. Oh, that's the wrong chord. See, so if I play the bottom three notes of these chords, let's see. I don't usually think of it that way. What if I play the middle three notes? Let's see what it sounds like. I really like bass notes. Let's see, what's that next chord? Near to us, near to us once more. Let's talk about one more thing here. On this ending a line, we have an E minor 7. I can play that open because here's an E minor 7. A7 to D to D7. I had trouble when I was first starting guitar to play a D to a D7 like this. And then I realized one day that I could play D7 and I would just put my pinky right there. There's my D. And then there's my D7. I'm looking at seeing what everybody says. Let's see. Great, I love it. You guys are just talking back and forth. That's wonderful. All right, a couple more things. I am developing, if you are going to get in touch with me, order my book, let's say, and you give me something at PayPal or whatever, or you need help, lessonswithhal@gmail.com, and you email me sometime in the afternoon, my time. I'm in Mountain Time. I'm in Idaho, U.S. I have students. I really do teach. Local students, online students. I might not get back to you till the next day because once the morning is done, sometimes I have students in the morning too, but once the morning is done and I get into the afternoon, I might be outside working on stuff. I might be working in students. I might be, editing a video. I might be busy. Like last night I was rehearsing. I'm building a bunkhouse. I'm rehearsing for a Christmas party. I'm practicing piano, practicing guitar, working on classic cars, a Model A, 1929 Model A, 1978 Ford F-250. Been doing a little bit of work on that once in a while. Writing my books, my music and lead sheets book. I update that every month. What's today, the 14th? I'm supposed to come out with an update tomorrow. I better get back on that. I've got a theory book that I work on periodically, but I'm really excited about something that I'm doing right now, and that's, I'm showing it to you. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's a daily planner that I'm working on. And I've had students ask me in the past, hey, can you kind of give me, what do you call it? Help me with a schedule of what I should be working on when I am just, need to work on some technique and that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do with this daily planner, and I will send it to my patrons, to my supporters, to my students, to my online students, to my local students, anybody that supports me. You're going to get this for free. Well, no extra cost. I guess it's not really free because you're really helping me out. So that's included with what you're going to be doing. And I want your feedback on it. What I've got for, let's say, for the first day, for the first sheet in this, I'm going to be saying, hey, you need to work on a chromatic exercise. Like that. I see a comment that I'm going to comment on in just a second here. Dwayne asked me something. Let me finish this idea first, Dwayne. So a chromatic exercise is when we're in a position, let's say on the 5th fret, and I'm going to have a diagram explaining this is a chromatic exercise, this is how you do it. And then another thing I'm going to say is practice a major scale. Let's take this off. C major scale. And I'll have a diagram about, and maybe a tab about how that works and how do you do that. Oops. Right? And so for the first week, I'm going to say the first week, do this. Do a chromatic exercise in one position. Learn the C major scale in the open position. And then practice these chords, C, F, and G. And those are related to the C major scale. They are called primary chords, 1, 4, 5. And so you do that for a week. If you don't know that, that's what you do for a week. The next week, I'll add something to it. For instance, we'll do something like maybe chromatic exercise for 3 different frets. So let's say if you started on 5. I'm just using my fingers because I was finger picking a little earlier. And then you go up 1 fret. A skill planner. Yeah, it's kind of like a daily planner, skill planner. You can write on it. Dean asked me a question about that. So yeah, it'll have, right here, it'll have times, and you can write things that you do each day that you need to remember to do. Over here, it'll give you a exercise, like what kind of exercises you should be thinking about. Might even put like, learn one song or learn part of an intro or something like that. I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. You can fill that in if you want. Plan your meals and stuff. And then you have this blank section down here, and you can write whatever you want. But it could be a skill planner. It can be a daily planner. It can be both. So it's for guitar players and to get you going here. Okay, so I'm really excited about that. Oh, one other thing. Like if on the next week, we might do, remember how we did the octave? We did the C major scale? Well, we'll do it for 2 octaves. Right, and learn how to do that. And then the next week after that, we'll do more, expand the chromatic exercises, and maybe do a chromatic or a C major scale here. What you do is you do something like this for a whole week, and you do it over and over every day and learn that, and then you go on to the next thing. Let's say for the second week, for the chords, it would be C, F, and G, adding D minor, A minor, and E minor. because D minor is the second chord in that scale, E minor is the third chord in that scale, and A minor is the sixth chord in the scale. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And you learn these slowly, and you get to expand your knowledge of chords and what scales are, playing the scales. Then maybe the next week we'll go to a different scale, maybe a G scale, right? We'll do it in the open position. All right. Let's see here. Don't forget Dwayne's question. I will not forget Dwayne's question. Let's go back to it. Hal, so when you play an experiment, do you see the written notes in your mind as you experiment? That probably wasn't asked in a sensible way. When I play an experiment, do you mean when I'm working on the bar chords? Are you talking about that, Dwayne? Are you talking about when I'm trying to figure out what to do and what to play and what not to play with the bar chords, and I simplify them? Is that your question? Write it in, please. So let's look at that question again. So Hal, when you play an experiment, do you see the written notes? Okay, yes, just like a few moments ago. Okay, Dwayne says. Okay. When you say just a few moments ago, are you talking about chords, or are you talking about, you know, those kinds of things? Just help me to understand. Are you talking about the exercises? Are you talking about when we're playing a song and the chords? Or maybe both? Takes a second. You were toying with different notes, chords. Right, okay. So this, I think I understand what Dwayne is asking now. So he's asking, when I'm working with different notes and chords in a song, and I'm simplifying, do I see the written notes in your mind as you experiment? The answer is a simple no. I don't see during the song. That's what he said, Dwayne asked during the song. No, I don't see the notes. I don't see the notes, right? So when I'm looking at, let me show you just really quickly. I don't have this on the computer pulled up, so I'm going to show it to you here. So you can see on this lead sheet, I actually have some fretboards with the actual chords. I mean, I have the name of the chord, and then I have a picture of what the chord really looks like. So I'm not thinking about, I mean, I know that's a C sharp diminished 7, and if I think about it, I can think about the notes. It's kind of a mental gymnastics thing. I picture the keyboard in my mind when I think of that. So let me look at the keyboard. So there's the C sharp diminished 7th. It's easy for me to look at it on the keyboard. It's C sharp, E, G, A sharp, or B flat. But when I'm doing this, I don't really think of it as notes. I just think of the pattern. Right? But when I'm actually simplifying it, I think, okay, let's take the lowest note in the pattern. Like that. Or when I said take the bottom two notes. Those are on the paper, right? Now, those chords are chords that I don't look at all the time. And so that's why I wrote them on there. It's like, okay, this is how I'm playing them, because perhaps you know this and perhaps you don't. I'm going to explain this. You know, you can play a G chord like this. You can play a G chord like this. Okay, what I did first was I muted the A string. Now I put the B string, the second fret on the A string. Right? Or I could put these two fingers down here. Or I could play it here. Or I could play it here. Right? Or I could play it here as a bar chord. So you can play chords all over the place. You know, the same chord, the G chord, you can add notes to it, you can take away notes. It's always a G note and a B note and a D note, but you can play it all over the guitar. So what I do is I put a diagram on the sheet saying, this is how I think you should play it here. And it tells you what fret to play on. It tells you what your positions are, right? So there's clarity about this is how we play this chord. All right. There's another thing. Dwayne says, I'm a graphic designer, so when I design, I see things before I put them on paper, computer. I was thinking maybe you saw the notes on a scale as you play. I don't necessarily see the actual notes like C, D, E, F, G or G, B, D or something like that. I see the pattern, like you might as a graphic designer. You say you see things before I put them on paper or on the computer. So I see the pattern. If I need to know what the notes are, I can figure out the notes because I know where the notes are on the guitar. But when I'm playing, I don't think of notes. Same thing happens on the piano. So when I'm playing something on the piano and I'm playing a piece of music, even though I know the music really well, especially if it's very complicated, notes don't even, let me give you an example. I'll play something complicated. I'm going to play just a little piece of Maple Leaf Rag by Scott Joplin. This is, I was not prepared to do this, so let's try it. Oops. Okay, that's an example of something I do on the keyboard. I do not even think about the notes that I'm playing. I mean, I can see the notes, but as I'm playing it, it's all automatic. It's all by feel. Yes, I see it, but things are going by so fast that I don't even think about the notes. Same thing happens on the guitar. And when I'm singing at the same time, right? There's so much going on. Here we are as a note. Oh, I think I've got the wrong, what did I do with my capo? There it is. I think I've got the idea in my mind. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends, faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. New the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Right? I'm thinking in patterns, and a lot of it is automatic because I know this song pretty well. The idea is to get this to be, what do you call it? To be muscle memory good. Let's see what Dwayne says again. You do it so well and systematically. Well, thank you very much. Hey, love you guys. Thank you very much. We've been here for a while. How long have we been here? I can't see. It's like 35 minutes or a little bit less. Yeah, really appreciate you being here. Give me a thumbs up if you like what I do. Support me if you want to get my book and the planner that I'm working on. If you want to be on my email list to know when I do things or publish videos, you can also subscribe to this channel and give me a thumbs up. And hit the bell if you want to get notifications. Hopefully they work. Yeah, you're welcome, Dwayne. Thanks for being here. I'm thinking we're getting towards the end of the month. There's the holidays and stuff coming up here in the U.S. A lot of things happening. Also in Europe. Not sure what other countries always do. Hey, you're welcome. And so I may take some time off. If I do that, if I decide to take some time off, just from my live streams, I'll try to publish something on at the same time so that you know it's there. I'll try. No guarantee. All right. But anyway, love you guys. Get in touch with me. Thanks a lot. All All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.